Hi, I'm Tori Quisling. I'm founder of the Center for Clairvoyant and Psychic Development. I've been a psychic teacher for over 35 years, and I just love helping people develop their intuition and psychic skills. Everybody has it. And I'm excited to announce a podcast that I'll be creating on a weekly basis. It's called Lit Up Conversations with a Psychic Teacher to Demystify the Mystical, bringing all sorts of topics from chakras to the aura to remote viewing, telepathy, all different topics that I've taught for years in my workshops are now going to be free on a weekly podcast. And I would love to have questions and specific things that you would like me to cover in the podcast. Anything that you would like a reading about too, I can include in the podcast because it's all about tuning in to spirit, giving communication that's healing. So that's what I teach. And today I'd like to just give a quick 3 ways to become more clairvoyant or more psychic right away. The 3 ways that you can do this. The first way to become more psychic, more intuitive, is to smile more. Whenever you find yourself in a situation where you're caught up, anxious, upset, serious, bring a smile to your face. The minute that you smile, you shift your energy. The body doesn't know what's going on outside. It just thinks it's time to let go of whatever's bothering you and to bring yourself to a new awareness, shift your focus. So just try that. Your face might be serious and just bring a smile to your face. When you smile, you find a neutral place. You become an observer and you detach from whatever you're thinking about, whatever is that you've caught up in. We say the effect of, you become the effect of the energy around you. So find your smile, like the Cheshire Cat or the Mona Lisa, just a smile like the laughing Buddha. Find your amusement. Take a deep breath and find your amusement. That's the first step to become more psychic or intuitive in any situation. So you can picture yourself in an argument or sitting in a meeting, it's gotten very serious, or just in your own thoughts. Bring a smile. Your body is not able to do 2 emotions at once, especially contrasting emotions. So if you're feeling really worried and anxious, if you become amused, even if it's something that seems like it cannot be amusing, bring amusement and you will find that you'll start to become more psychic, more intuitive, because you'll be able to have access to a new perspective on the situation. It takes a different perspective to find a different solution or to find your way out of whatever it is that you're caught up in. So find your amusement, and that's a smile on your face. Second thing to do is to become aware of your forehead. Yeah. All of our psychic abilities are contained in energy centers in our bodies. And they've used a word, chakras, plexes, energy centers. Whatever they're called, they're real. So the one that is the most neutral and the energy center that contains all of your ability to access truth is here in the forehead. So if you find you're caught up in an emotion, in an opinion, in a complaint, an upset, you're probably down around your stomach, trying to solve a problem, trying to be in struggle, being in struggle. So just imagine you can ride the elevator, take your hand, touch your stomach, and move your hand up to your forehead. So you're smiling. That was the first step. Second step, bring all of your awareness, all of your psychic ability, all of your consciousness right up to your 6th chakra. And that psychic ability is your clairvoyance. It's also your precognition. So it's your ability to see truth and your ability to see ahead to something new. I always say to my students, imagine that you're the captain of the ship and you've been trying to run this big ship from the boiler room. Instead, let's come up to the bridge. This is the bridge. There's actually a gland in there we call the 3rd eye or the pineal gland. And it has the qualities of seeing. It has the true seeing. It sees the entire spectrum. So all of your imagination is contained up here. So you're amused, big smile. You're bringing your consciousness to this place so that you can see. And when you're clairvoyant, the kinds of things that you say to yourself are, oh, I'm wondering, I'm curious. Oh boy, somebody's really upset with me. Let me find my amusement and be curious about what is going on. Let me take a look at what's really happening. Why is this person really upset? Or why does this room feel so conflicted, or this situation? Let me come up here and take a look so I can see the best next step and the best next way to communicate. And this is all part of developing as a clairvoyant, as a psychic intuitive person. So I work from clairvoyance. All the other psychic abilities give you information, but they do not give you any vision or ability to see ahead. And that's what we consider intuition, is where we want to get some kind of guidance, GPS, bring it up here, be amused. Now you have a new perspective. Now you are in a place where you have access to a screen, an ability to see out ahead of you. Okay, come on out of the emotion, come up here. You unmatch, and then you move to a place where you can see. And the third thing to do is to start to listen to your own inner voice. You have to recognize what your voice sounds like. And I've become quite the expert in listening to people's intuitive voice, because it's my job now as a teacher of intuition for the last 30 years. I've tuned into somebody's intuitive voice, and I quickly pointed out when it's your intuitive voice. I also give special situations where your intuitive voice must be the one that's speaking, a reading, a healing. I love these situations because then we let the intuitive voice speak. So the way your intuitive voice speaks is in an encouraging way. It's like a cheerleader. It says, we could do that. That would be amazing. That's your intuition. That's your intuitive voice. Go talk to that person. That would be a great idea. And you'll see that there's, we call it the gatekeeper, the analyzer voice comes in right after something that's all exciting and encouraging in your heart. It's the gatekeeper, and it says, it won't work. That's stupid. You'll be embarrassed. Its job is to keep you from being embarrassed. And you got this voice. It's called the analyzer. When we were about a toddler, and we didn't want to embarrass our family in the restaurant by screeching or touching things, doing weird things. So this voice is the gatekeeper on your own spiritual voice, which is what you are asking to connect with. So you're smiling, you're tuning in up here to see, and then you're listening to hear, what is your voice saying? The other way you know your intuitive voice is that it's very timid. It's not very forceful, and we're not used to listening to it or following it. So it has a lot of disclaimers attached to it. I always point that out to my students. And the way it sounds when you start to use it is, it says, it might be, maybe, a good idea. It could be, maybe, it might be, ish. It's all these disclaimers. I don't know, but I'm thinking it could be. Lots of disclaimers all around what you're thinking about, it's hard to connect with what you know. So we practice speaking with certainty. When you hear that voice that says, oh, that would be a great idea, just say, I know it would be. That's the voice I'm following. Even if it feels risky, it feels like I'm going to have to grow to do that. And if your heart feels excited, but it's risky, that is your intuition. That is your voice that's working for you. And that's why it's wonderful to practice giving clairvoyant communication to somebody, saying what you see, even with the disclaimers, it might be your mom figure. We don't want to be too certain, because we could, the analyzer is telling us all the time, you're wrong, that's stupid, you don't know, you could be wrong. And that's the school voice. So the third thing to do as you develop your intuition is to start to tune in to what's called your inner voice. And that is your psychic voice. And we learn to do that through repetition, through practice, through validation over and over, where you say, I see your sister. You just say it with confidence, even though you hear some voice telling you that that's stupid and don't say it. And they say, yes, I was just talking to my sister. So you start to get the gist of developing your intuition through bringing yourself to a neutral place, resetting yourself to find a new perspective where you can come to your sixth chakra, your forehead, and be curious and wonder and take a look. And then you start to listen to the voice that has a specific sound to it that is your true intuitive voice. So we'll be practicing meditations and techniques, as well as I'll be explaining in very practical, real world ways how to use the energy that we all have, the chakras and auras that we are in, spirit guides, angels, mediumship. I love teaching about all of it. So send me questions, Tori at toriquisling.com. I'll be starting this podcast very soon, and I'll be letting you know all about it. It's called Lit Up. So hopefully we'll get that going soon, and I'll have you all listening in and getting some information. You can also contact me if you'd like to learn more about developing your psychic abilities. I do private sessions with this, and I also have group and private sessions combination. So love to see you, and please send me any questions that you have about anything metaphysical, spiritual, psychic. I love it all. See you soon.